So tonight, I've just been shocked by God. So, uh, so, um, wow. A couple of days ago, I got a really powerful revelation. I think it was Saturday night when Abraham had released. Abimelech had taken Abraham's wife Sarah, and when he committed that sin, because Abraham had lied to him and told Abimelech that his wife was actually his sister, Abimelech took Sarah to be his own, and the Lord caused, plague to fall on Abimelech's camp. And when he did that, he was like, you better return Sarah back to Abraham or you're a dead man. So when he did, Abraham had prayed for Abimelech in his camp and had released healing. And what was so interesting that had never really, the emphasis of this revelation was when Abraham released healing on Abimelech's camp, all of the women in the camp who were barren were able to have children again. And what was so funny is that was the very miracle, and that was the very need that Abraham and Sarah were needing, that they hadn't had breakthrough in yet. So Abraham prays for all of the barrenness. He releases the miracle of all the barrenness to leave Abimelech's camp, and all of the women are able to have children again. And the very next chapter, chapter 21, is when Sarah gets pregnant. And the Lord had immediately quickened me or brought this to my attention, was that he immediately brought this to my attention was that sometimes we have to release breakthrough that we need over someone else's life so that we could then receive our breakthrough. So it's almost like be bold and release the very thing you need to bring breakthrough for someone else, and God will provide it for you. So when you have a need, get the attention off yourself, release the miracle, release the breakthrough over someone else's life, and then God will come in behind you and take care of your need. So that was a good revelation, and it was a good, it was a supporting thought. It was a good revelation. It was a good, scriptural revelation. Here we are a few days later. I'm in the gym. And I'm listening to the story of Exodus and how Pharaoh, I'm in the Bible, just listening to the Bible while I'm on my treadmill or my elliptical. And I just noticed this young man who's just kind of in the gym with his girlfriend, and I just kept thinking, God's going to give him a really good job. God's going to give him a really good job, and God's going to bless him with his work. And he looked like a hard, kind of a tough Latino man, and I just felt the Lord impress on me to go and tell this man that God's going to give him a good job. Young man, he looked like he was my age, but could be older or younger. Wow. So, I'm a little nervous. I'm like, I haven't done this in a while. I don't like to, I'm not as bold as I used to be. But it's like, you know what? I'm just going to do this. I'm just walk up to this guy and say, hey, listen, I know this sounds weird. This may sound weird. I just feel like God wants you to know that he's going to take care of everything. And that you just need to pursue your dreams, and that whatever job you want, whatever job you're going for, I just feel like God, he wants you to know that he's going to take care of all your needs and things. And I was just even now reading in Exodus how God was providing for the people in the desert, and he's going to be providing for you. Does that mean anything to you at all? He goes, well, actually, I don't know. I'm in high school. I was like, oh, okay, you're in high school. Are you in 11th grade? What grade are you in? Oh, I'm in 11th grade. So I just I felt like I wasn't connecting. It wasn't kind of connecting. It wasn't landing on, it wasn't hitting home for him. And I said, listen, man, I just feel like God wants you to know that you just need to pursue your dreams, and that he's going to take care of everything the way he took care of the people of Israel in the desert. As soon as I was done, I walked outside and I was like, God, what was that about? And that's when the Lord hit me that he was having me release power in the very area that I need blessing. He was having me release over someone else, blessing over someone else's life in the area that he wants to bless me next. And lately we've had this thing with my jobs, and how it's just been kind of hard. A couple of weeks ago, the Lord showed me that the same angel, his name is Provision, and the very same angel that was with the Israelites in the desert is now walking with me. And I was asking God, different ways to honor Provision's company in my life, or Provision's attention on my life. And the Lord showed me that taking risks and giving to others are two ways to honor Provision's presence in my life. And, just now while I was reading in the book of Exodus, and I'm really trying to read Exodus with the emphasis of what exactly did Provision do for the people of Israel. One of the first things that God did as soon as they left Egypt was, instead of taking them through the land of the Philistines, which is the shortest way to get to the promised land, the Lord knew that if they were to come up against a fight, they might change their minds and go back to Egypt. So what he did is he took a detour. He took them around the land of the Philistines. And what hit me was that provisions, one of the very first things that the Lord used the angel Provision to give to the people of Israel when they were in the desert, he gave them guidance. He gave them guidance based on the level of character and skill that they were currently at. And so the Lord knows the journey, the Lord knows the destination, and he will detour our journey. He still get us to the destination. He'll still get us to our destiny, but he will detour our journey based on the level of skill and character we currently display. Why? Because he doesn't want us to fail when we get there. When we actually get there, he wants us. He's so passionate about us being successful when we get there that he will detour us so that we can grow a little bit more in between. And it's all part of his goodness. It's all part of his provision. It's all part of him being a good God.